Just wanted to do a quick overview of my 2012 Santa Cruz Tallboy Carbon mountain bike. I've been riding this bike for about a full season now. Hands down the best bike I've owned to date. I've owned quite a few nice bikes over the years, and this one, you know, is just does everything pretty close to perfectly. It climbs well, descends well. Just a great all-around bike. I do mostly cross-country type riding, and it's pretty much perfect for that. Sitting at about 26 pounds right now. Don't really have any super lightweight components on it, so could easily get this down to probably 24 if I wanted to. It's a 2012 frame. It's the Tallboy Carbon in blue. Just a beautiful frame. If you've ever seen one of these up close, just a real beautiful design. It's running the Fox Float RP23 shock. And then I've got a Fox F29 fork that I pulled off of another bike. Again, nothing fancy, but it just works. Got the Thompson X4 stem. It's a 31.8, and I believe it's 100 millimeter length. The handlebars are Easton EA70 monkey bar aluminum. The grips are Ergons. Run Ergon grips on all my bikes. I believe these are the GS1s. The saddle is a WTB Silverado. Real comfortable saddle, relatively lightweight. Got a Thompson seat post, 30.9, and I think it's a 367 millimeter length. And I think that's a Thompson seat post clamp as well. The brakes are Avid Juicy Ultimates, a couple years old. Carbon levers work really well. Up front, I'm running a 160 millimeter rotor. Some people will run 180 on a 29er, but I like the 160. And in the rear, also 160. The drivetrain on the bike, it's nothing real fancy. SRAM X7 crankset with some Crank Brothers pedals. Got a X9 Type 2 rear derailleur. Big improvement over the regular X9 that I had on it before. I was getting a lot of chain slap with that derailleur, and I switched to the Type 2. No more chain slap. Shifts a little bit better, it seems like. Highly recommend the Type 2 if you go with this particular derailleur. The shifters, I believe, are X9 as well. Over the winter, I switched to a Stan's wheelset. Real nice, lightweight, affordable wheelset. Just over $500. Running the Racing Ralph tires in the rear. I think I'm probably going to have to replace this one pretty soon. And in the front, another Stan's front wheel. And I switched to a Specialized, the Captain front tire after a buddy of mine recommended. He races and says it's a pretty good front tire, so I figured I'd try it out. That's what the tread pattern looks like. One of the other things I switched to over the winter, I'd been using this Garmin Edge GPS, Edge 800 I believe it is. I was mounting it to the handlebar because I couldn't use the stem because of the spacers I have. So I got this K-Edge GPS mount, which clamps to the handlebar, and it holds the GPS right in front of the stem, puts it at an angle that makes it real easy to see while you're riding. So that's kind of a nice trick little item. Headset, I don't think I mentioned it. It's a Cane Creek 40. Again, nothing super fancy. Seems to work fine though. I think that's pretty much it. Just a beautiful bike. Rides, you know, like I mentioned earlier, pretty close to perfection. If you're into like single track with a little bit of tree roots and rocks and stuff like that, it just works great. Climbs pretty close to a hardtail. I've got a Cannondale Flash 229er hardtail, and this thing will climb just as good. So I pretty much don't ride the Cannondale much off-road anymore. Yeah, that's about it. Again, 2012 Santa Cruz Tallboy Carbon. Thanks for watching.